What happens when a family clings to blood purity so tightly it strangles itself? Meet Morfin Gaunt, a man born into a crumbling legacy. The Gaunts were direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, but by the time Morfin was born, their obsession with lineage had left them impoverished, isolated, and mentally unstable. Morfin's life was a product of this decay, raised in filth, taught hatred, and left to rot in a shack of delusions. Morfin's father, Marvolo Gaunt, was a violent man obsessed with his ancestry. He ruled his children with cruelty, especially Morfin, who inherited his father's temper and disdain for muggles. Morfin was taught to speak Parseltongue and to see non-magical people as inferior. This toxic upbringing didn't just warp his worldview, it isolated him from society and fed a growing madness that would eventually consume him entirely. Morfin's obsession with blood purity wasn't just ideology, it was identity. When his sister Merope fell in love with a muggle, Tom Riddle Sr., Morfin reacted with violence. He attacked Riddle not just out of prejudice, but because he saw it as a betrayal of their sacred bloodline. This act led to his arrest and imprisonment in Azkaban, a place that would further erode his already fragile mind. Years later, Morfin was released from Azkaban, but he returned to nothing. His family was gone, his home in ruins, and his mind shattered. Then came Tom Riddle, his nephew, the future Lord Voldemort. Riddle visited Morfin not out of love, but to extract information and frame him for murder. Morfin, confused and broken, confessed to killing the Riddle family, a crime he didn't commit. Morfin's false confession was more than a tragedy. It was a tool. Voldemort used his uncle's madness to cover his own patricide, erasing his Muggle heritage and claiming the Gaunt legacy. Morfin, meanwhile, was sent back to Azkaban, where he died alone. His life, marked by neglect and obsession, became a footnote in Voldemort's rise, a pawn discarded by the very bloodline he was taught to worship. The tragedy of Morfin Gaunt isn't just about madness. It's about what happens when a family values blood over humanity. The Gaunts clung to their Slytherin heritage so tightly, they lost everything else. Morfin never had a chance to be anything but broken. His story is a warning. Obsession with legacy can become a curse, especially when it blinds you to the world beyond your name. Morfin Gaunt's life was a slow collapse, shaped by a father's cruelty, a sister's escape, and a nephew's betrayal. He was the last true Gaunt, a relic of a dying ideology. In the end, he left behind nothing but a ring, a name, and a legacy of pain. And yet, through him, Voldemort inherited not just power, but the madness that would define his reign.